morning, good evening, good afternoon, traders, quarantine squad traders all over the world. This is FXPassion broadcasting you live on YouTube. Hello King, hello Akos, hello Miguel, hello Christian, hello Patak, namaste to you, hello Zuelius. Remember, this is Forex Trading Course 101, okay? And before we start, everybody type in the chat if you want a currency pair that you want to check. But it must be in a downtrend, on the monthly, and or on the weekly, okay? So if this is your first time, everybody, we are in the beginner module. We are learning about trend line, support, resistance, pivot point, and next is going to be candlestick formations, okay? I have an announcement to make, everyone. Starting from next year, we are going to have Forex Trading Course 202. So we are going to have a deeper course, but of course you need to prove yourself that you understand all of these modules. Because in the Forex Trading Course 202, starting next year, I need to build it up. We are not going to talk about these modules. This is Forex Trading Course 101. Okay? In the end, what we are trying to do here, we are trying to build a strategy and or a system. We are trying to learn about risk management, and the big one, when we say that we are not going to live and die on a trade by trade basis. So we are trying to learn about ourselves, and we are trying to learn about psychology. Euro dollar, okay, no exotics, everybody. Dennis, why would you trade USD ZAR? Why would you trade something? Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you are wrong, okay, but why would you trade a currency pair that is that expensive? Dennis, the more exotic the currency pair, everybody, and this is course 101, the more exotic, the more expensive the currency. Currency pairs have costs, and trading is a business. Canada CHF, it's not. Canada CHF is sideways, Miguel. So right now we have euro dollar, which is okay. Hello, Giuseppe. Eddington is laughing. Why are you laughing, Eddington? Are you trading exotics? Dennis, okay, don't get offended. I'm not saying that you are wrong. Okay, but why would you trade something that expensive? In the end, remember, 90% of traders lose money in the Forex market worldwide, and the webinars are not trading or investment advice. The webinars are for educational purposes only. Either way, don't trade with money you cannot afford to lose. More expensive on spread and way more risk, yes, and also more expensive on the rollover rate. And for homeworks and or questions, you have my Gmail contact, my Skype contact, and my LinkedIn contact. So let's start today how to trend pivot points in a downtrend. So let me open the chart. Euro dollar, and then we're going to check the next one. Everybody, euro dollar, who is long and who is short? Is anybody long on euro dollar or is anybody short on euro dollar? We can check both sides of the equation. So euro USD 1, 2, 3, 4. Euro dollar monthly chart first, and the weekly chart next, and the daily chart. Monthly chart, right? Well, I don't remember, but we still have some place to fall down here. This is not the lower band. if I remember correctly, it's 0.995 something, right? This is the lower band, right? So pivot points, where is the pivot point? This is not a pivot point, not a pivot point. This is a great pivot point in here. Short, okay? Not to mention the broker likely will cut your leverage on some exotics. Yes sir. Short Eurodollar is not in my list of interest for this week, no problem. Hussein, I am long Eurodollar, even bias is bearish. So Hussein, why are you long? Why are you long? Pivot point, another pivot point is here. This would be another pivot point, the market, something like this. Passion, why are those pivot points? Well, the market touched here. It's an area, okay, it's not a band, it's an area. The market reacted here. Reaction, a little bit deeper, but still a reaction to the upside, reaction. And reaction on the downside. And reaction to the upside, reaction to the downside, reaction to the downside. And do we have anything else? This one, right? This is also a pivot point. We are missing data most likely from the Forex platform. Oh, 0.82. Thank you, Zuelius. 0.82038. Thank you. Lower highs, lower lows, higher highs, lower lows, lower highs. This pair is a mess at the moment. Look elsewhere. No, sir. No, sir. This pair is not a mess. This pair is a mess on the smaller time frame, not on the big time frame. So I wouldn't agree with you on this one, but still okay. Everybody has its own system and strategy, right? Hussein is saying I use 12-hour time frame, EMA 5.8 is golden cross and also it's on sideways bottom. Okay, great answer, Hussein. What we have learned so far, everybody: structure, extension, retracement, extension, retracement, extension, retracement. And let's color code something like this. Where do we, well, we are missing data, right? So let's check trading view. We cannot move further, so let's check trading view for other pivot points. In the meantime, everybody tell me, should you, talking about direction and talking about the short-term trend, should we go short? Should we be trading short? I'm talking as a beginner, okay? Hussein is an advanced trader. He has the golden cross and EMA. Okay. Eddington says on the daily, yes, I agree on the monthly and weekly, but few trade those. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Last year you taught me a lot and still you do. Thank you, Hussein. Regardless, I position this as a short when it settles. Everybody who thinks that we should trade short in our direction, and who thinks we should trade short in the short-term trend. So we learned about this, right? We have the general long-term direction and we have also the short-term trend. It is sideways. Maybe yes, right? Maybe yes, maybe no, we don't know. When the market reaches these levels areas, what do I look for as a beginner trader? King, great question. We learned this yesterday. You are looking or to take profits, or you are looking for a reaction to go short on the next level. Great question, King. So what we are looking, right? But let me check with TradingView first. www.tradingview.com. In the meantime, what we are looking for? We are looking for on the weekly, daily, and the 4-hour, 1-hour, 2-hour chart. We are looking for a reaction from the market and to enter next. But as Christian said, maybe, just maybe, we are in a sideways channel, right? We don't know, right? So it's a possibility, right? So maybe this is going to be the lower band of the sideways channel. Something like this. And clone. And this is going to be the upper band, right? But the upper band is together with the pivot point. So, whoops. Okay. Who in here thinks that we are in a sideways channel? Maybe yes, maybe not, right? And we are thinking in probabilities. What trade is going to have? Let's write this down and then we're going to move to TradingView. What trade is going to have less technical risk? The short trade or the long trade? And why? You can trade both sides, right? Each and every one has its own system and strategy. But we are talking about rules and concepts here. So what trade is going to have less technical risk? The short trade or the long trade, and why? In the end, the market can do anything it wants. As Eddington is saying, on the smaller time frame, this pair is a mess. And it's not the easy one to trade. King is saying, when the market reaches these levels areas, oh sorry King, I answered to you. On the daily time frame we can see the sideways. Okay, we are going to check. It is not sideways, says Miguel, it has touched only once the upper band. Thank you, Miguel. So Miguel is saying it's not sideways yet. We don't have a confirmation of the sideways movement. Thank you, Miguel. Miguel says if this is the sideways, and we learn about this, right? If this is the sideways channel, to confirm the sideways movement, we need minimum 2 lows and 2 highs in equal areas. So this sideways movement, it's not confirmed yet. But Christian can project the sideways movement, right? And Miguel, you are absolutely right. So what do you think, everybody? Miguel says, well, this sideways channel, it's not confirmed yet. So what trade is going to have a less technical risk? The short trade or the long trade? And of course we are talking about what we have learned so far. In the future lessons we are going to learn different things like crowns, Fibonacci's, candlestick formations. Let me check. Okay, we are on TradingView. Let's go on chart. And we are looking for euro dollar FXCM. Okay, we are looking for euro dollar pivot points. Pivot point. See, Forex is missing data. I'm telling to Lucas copy for the 3rd year. Forex is missing data, and they say uh-huh, and I say uh-huh, you know, but nothing changes. So we have this one, right? We have this one, and we are over with pivot points. No pivot points down here. Let me check one more. So we have this one, right? 117, 117, 116. Okay, 116, 117, it's almost likely the same. Down here, let me check. Now, oh yes, right now we are at the pivot point, exactly now. Exactly now, everybody. So let's make it like this. We have a pivot point. This is going to be lower, and we are right now at the pivot point. But you are not going to see on J4 because we are missing data. As you can see from trading view. Passion, why is that a pivot point? Okay, just give me, I'm not trained so much. Okay, clip. So here we have a reaction, and here we have a reaction. So this is a pivot point also. From the upside down and upside up, well, I would say this is support, not the pivot point. Okay, we're going to change the picture, everyone. So the upper band is the pivot point. Delete. Okay, so we have the delete. Okay, this is the picture. I'm going to delete a few things just not to have the chart polluted so much. Christian says on the daily time frame, we are going to check, Christian, don't worry. And he says it is possibly a channel, but short rate from the top band has less risk. Thank you, Annie. Short because extension is not over. Thank you, Zoelius. Since we are close to a pivot point, I will be long. Okay. Just remember yesterday's webinar. Okay. Remember that the force is down. Okay, you can go long, no problem. Hello, I'm late. No problem, Vincent. How are you? Stoyan says it's not on all time zones of the J4X that is missing data. Stoyan, can you help us on what time zones is not missing data? I'm on the monthly chart, and it goes only to, what is this, 2003. Do you have more data, Stoyan, on other time frame or time zones? Today I filled up the survey about J4X and I made a comment about the lack of data. Thank you, Miguel. Okay, so we are going to do it Zuelius way. So we are going to, and thank you, Zuelius, we are going to duplicate clone chart, and we are going to clone chart again, and we are going to move from the monthly to the weekly, and then we are going to move on the daily. Okay, so we are here, right? And the lesson today, how to trade pivot points in a downtrend, right? So everybody, what is going to be the next move? Do you think the next move is going to be up, or do you think that the next move is going to be down? The very next move. The very next move, what do you think? Because if you are wrong, if we are wrong, we are going to lose money, right? So what can we do? Well, we can draw a short-term uptrend line, you know, and and I'm seeing your channel, Christian. We can have this one, right? And this market is sideways. I'm seeing your channel already. And this market has another channel, and it's this one. On the daily chart, we're going to check about a few seconds. And clone. This is most likely the sideways channel on the daily. Okay. Now, we are in a downtrend, everybody, and the market hit the pivot point. How are you going to position yourself? So, we are going to write a plan, okay? So, plan. We're going to have a plan. Plan for trading euro dollar. Not a strategy. This is a plan. Don't mix apples with bananas. Okay? Plan number one. I will wait until the market hits the upper pivot point band and short the market on the next counter trendline break plus bearish candlestick formation. This is one plan. I will wait on the weekly, monthly and daily. I will wait until the market hits the upper band, and we're going to clone this one later. Pivot point band and short the market on the next counter trendline break. So this is one plan. We're going to have a counter trendline break. We're going to prepare ourselves. Okay. And when the market is going to break this counter trendline break with the bearish candlestick formation, then we are going to short the market. Short-term projection is long. Thank you, Santano. Sorry for being late. No problem, Santano. Eddington says no clue. Today I filled up this. Okay, thank you. Go to setting preference chart and change. Stoyan, I want to be on New York close. New York close charts, in my opinion, are the best chart. If you change time zones, you are going to have different candlestick formations. So I really don't want to change. I'm going to stay with the New York close. So this is one plan, right? We are here and we are going to do this. Plan number two. Plan number two. I am going long. I am going long after the daily chart breaks the sideways channel, risking 50% of what I normally risk, because it's a risky trade going against the short-term trend. Okay, this is number two. You can choose your plan, everybody, or you can make your own, right? I cannot move the chart. So plan number one, I will wait for the market to hit. I will wait the market hits the upper band, the upper pivot point band, and I'm going to go short when the market breaks the counter trend line break, the counter trend line, and makes a bearish candlestick formation. Number two, I'm going long after the daily chart breaks the sideways channel, risking 50% of what I normally risk. What does this mean? This means that if you normally risk 1% of your trade, you are going to risk 0.5%. And if you are risking 0.5%, you are going to risk 0.25 of what I normally risk, because it's a risky trade going against the short-term trend. There is no right or wrong, everybody. That's true. Then you can't have the full charts until yes, I'm going with plan 1. So those are 2 plans, right? And again, everybody, what is the signal? What is going to be the signal that the market broke the sideways channel? What is the signal? Because if you don't know this, maybe you are going to enter prematurely on the 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour chart, and you are going to lose again. What is the signal, everybody, that is going to confirm that the market broke and it's not sideways anymore? Of course, we have such thing that it's false breakout. What is the signal? And remember, I have a 20 seconds delay on the chat, so please be patient. For the traders that go long, what is the signal? And then we're going to write the third plan, right? The third plan. Okay. Christian says, I'm going with plan number 1. What is the signal? The signal is the same when we talk about trend line. Trend lines. What is the signal that is going to show you that we have a trend line break? It's the same signal, everyone. If you want to go long and you have no signal, you are going to enter prematurely. So you need to train timing, right? Pull back, no sir. Candle close above the upper channel. Thank you, Akos. The signal is you need to have on the time frame that you have the sideways movement, everybody, you need to have a closed body candle and not bearish. You need to have a closed body candle bullish on the other side of the, on the other side of the upper band. Faras, how are you? Break and retest. Yes, retest is good, but we are talking about this is the signal. Okay? So if you want to go with the plan number 2, wait for the market. You don't need for the daily, but we are going to check. Wait for the market to give you a daily bullish candle closed on the other side of the sideways channel. And as Ali said, maybe you can wait for the retest and then you go long, you know. But the plan is that we are going to risk only 50% of what we normally risk. So reduce your risk, everybody. Reduce your risk when you are going against the short-term trend. Okay? Does this make sense to you, everybody? Does this make sense to you to cut the risk in half when you are taking risky trades, technically speaking? Yes, and you are correct. A closed candle outside the channel. Okay? Now we can have, what is the third plan? The third plan. I will trade the sideways channel on the daily chart. I will, okay, this is going to be one. We're going to move on this one. And number 4, I will trade the market between the 2 pivot points. Why not, right? So we have 4 plans. We have 4 plans. We have one more, right? So the number 2 could be number 2. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to clone. We have one more plan. edit. This is going to be number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going short also. Short after the daily candles, the daily chart breaks the sideways channel. Breaks the sideways channel, risking of what? Okay, normally it is because because it's risky trade, blah blah blah. I'm going short after the daily channel breaks the sideways channel. Okay, I'm going to delete a few things, everybody. Delete. There is no right or wrong. Pick the one that it makes sense to you, everybody. Okay? So let's see the chart and let's try to read. Okay, I'm going to delete. Let me see if I can. No, it's going to be like this. Okay, no problem. Let's zoom in. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, and finally 1. Those are the plans for this week, everybody, and for the next week. Number 1, I will wait until the market hits the upper band, the upper pivot point band, and short the market on the next counter trend and break plus bearish candlestick formation. This is number 1. Okay, you can wait for the market to hit the upper pivot point band and go short on the next counter trend line break with bearish candlestick formation, which we didn't learn yet, but still okay. Number 2, I'm going long after the daily chart breaks the sideways channel, risking 50% of what I normally risk because it's a risky trade going against the short-term trend. Number 3, I will trade the sideways channel on the daily chart. So as you can see, everybody, we have 3 different plans which need 3 different strategies, right? Number 4, I will trade the market between the 2 pivot points. So there are traders that are trading the market playing between the 2 pivot points. Okay? And number 5, I'm going short after the market, after the daily chart breaks the sideways channel. So it's the same strategy, just on the other side, right? The market can break up or it can break, what did I do? Transparency, okay. No problem, let's clone again, clone, and there you go. We can go both sides, right? Both sides, right? Those are the plans. So let's clone this chart and let's go on the daily. Okay, so this is what Christian sees, sideways channel on the daily chart. Miguel, would you confirm Christian's theory that we are sideways on the daily? Where are the, so number 1, number 2, where is the rest? Number 3, 4, and number 5. Number 5, number 3, number 5. Where are we? Okay, we are here. So edit label, let's make this 16. And edit label, let's make this 16. Everybody, the next thing we're going to do, choose your plan right now. Choose your plan and type in the chat your strategy. When you are going to enter, how you are going to enter, when you are going to profit take, and when and where are you going to put your stop loss right now. Choose your plan. There is no right or wrong. Choose a plan number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 and type in your strategy. And again, don't mix a plan with the strategy. Those are two different things. Okay? A plan is what we think is going to happen. A strategy is going to define the moment to enter, the rules for the trade management, and the rules of when and when you are going to exit. Miguel says yes, fully agree. Okay. Okay, Passion, I don't see the text. Man, I'm going to move on to 18. Okay, 18. Passion, can you repeat about the strategy? There is a comment on the other streaming platform. Yes, just give me a second. Let me rearrange this, because some traders don't see the text. Okay. So, choose your plan, everybody. Okay. A strategy is going to define your entry rules, your trade management rules, and your exit, meaning take profit and stop loss rules. Okay, don't mix plan with the strategy. Plan number one, I want you to type in the chat your strategy. So Miguel, you say, I'm going to go with the plan number one. What is your strategy? I want you to, everybody, to write and think, of course. I'm going to go with the plan number one, and I'm going to enter when this and this and this happens, and I'm going to manage my trade when this and this and this, like this and this, and I'm going to exit at this level, or I'm going to exit of that level if this and this and this happens. Patak, the same thing. What is your strategy? I showed you a simple trading strategy 2 or 3 days ago. It was a simple trading strategy, but this strategy has rules. We are going to enter when this and this and this happens. We manage our trade with cancel and replace, and we exit where the market or hit our initial stop loss, or where the market hits our cancel and replace. Christian, you are missing the plan. What plan are you going to choose? I will take a profit when the market hits the lower pivot point. Okay. Miguel says plan number one. Okay, I will wait until the market hits the upper pivot point band and short the market on the next counter trendline break plus bearish candlestick formation. And Miguel is saying wait for the market to hit the upper band of the range, then wait for... Miguel, you just copied what I said. Where is the take profit? Where is the stop loss? How much are you going to risk? How are you going to manage the trade? Patak says number 3, I will trade the sideways channel on the daily chart. Okay. Enter at counter trendline break and profit on top. What about the stop loss? So today, Patak, you already have the signal to go long, right? For the traders, and remember, these webinars are not trading or investment advice, but you already have the signal to go long. You have bullish candlestick formation and you have a counter trendline break, Patak. You are going to profit at the top. Where is your stop loss? And did you enter? Christian, I wrote plan 1. Oh, I'm sorry, Christian. You are correct. Plan 1, so you are going to go with Miguel and I will take profit when the market hits the lower pivot point. Where is going to be your stop loss? Christian, what about your stop loss? And together with Miguel, how are you going to manage your trade? What do you think, King? You asked before, when the market hits those levels, what should I be looking for? What do you think, King? What is your plan? Eddington, what do you think, my friend? Can you trade euro dollar on the 2-hour chart, 1-hour chart? What do you think, Eddington? Can you execute the trade on the 4-hour chart, 2-hour chart? Miguel says stop loss above when the market reverses to short and take profit just before the lower band. Thank you, Miguel. So you have a plan and you have a strategy to execute. Last higher low. Are you in a trade? Okay, Patak, thank you. Stop loss 10 pips above the upper pivot point. Everybody, what Christian wrote, it's dangerous. Christian, it's not your fault. Remember, pivot points are areas. What if the pivot point is like this? Pivot points and support and resistance are not lines. Everybody, you can, if you put your stop loss 10 pips above 1.16144, I'm telling you, the market can easily hit your stop loss and reverse, because pivot points and support and resistance are not numbers, are not price levels, are areas. I keep telling you every webinar. So try to find, what does this mean? This means that you should find another technical reason on where to put your stop loss. Deal, Christian? You need to find another technical reason, because pivot points are areas, are not lines, are not price levels. Stop loss 10 pips above the upper band. Stop loss Santano, I will go with plan 1. Stop loss above this structure. Wow, what structure? On the daily, monthly or weekly? So as you can see, everybody, Patak has chose another metric and he's going to put above structure. And he says plan 3, I go short at the counter trend line at the upper band. So she's going to trade the sideways channel. 15 pips above the upper band, take profit in the lower band. Okay? Great strategy. Oh, don't worry, it's not me. Those are the concepts. Okay? What? One last thing for today, everybody. Especially for the number 3 traders. How are you going to guarantee? How are you going to guarantee that your winning trade does not become a losing trade? And we learned about this. That's why I'm asking you, for the traders who are going to trade the sideways channel on the 1-hour, 2-hour chart, maybe the daily chart, how are you going to guarantee that your winning trade does not become a losing trade? Then the stop loss 15 pips above the last higher high. Okay, this is different. Great answer. Great answer, Christian. Great. How are you going to guarantee your winning trade, everybody? How are you going to guarantee? Eddington, are you still online? Everybody, one more thing, okay? Eddington said in the beginning that this market is a mess, making lower lows, lower highs, higher lows, lower lows again, you know? Never 100%. Yeah, I know, but okay, let's change the word, right? How are you going to manage? How are you going to manage? Okay? Yeah, it's a bad word. Okay, there are no guarantees. I agree with you. How are you going to manage that your winning trade does not become a losing trade? Cancel and replace, KJ. Great answer. Trailing stop. Okay? Everybody, we learned this already. When the market, this is the last one for today, okay, and we learned this when we're talking about the Fibonacci's, right? Okay, so this is a trick, it's a trading trick. When the market breaks your trade for the third time on the other side, there is a 80% chance that we are in a sideways channel. Okay? We learned this for the traders who are with me or with us for 2 or 3 years. We learned this, remember, when we learned about the Fibonacci's. So what does this mean? This means that if you are taking a long trade, right, and the market goes against you and takes you out, and it's going to make a lower low like this, then what should we think? We should think, well, now the market reversed, right? So I'm going to go short. And when we go short, so this was one, when we go short and the market goes against us and again makes a higher high, so this was the second time that the market broke our trade, right? And then we get frustrated and angry and we said, okay, well, I'm going to go long one last time, god damn it, because the market reversed again, right? And the market does this, it made a higher high after a lower low, it made a higher high and goes back again and hit our stop loss again. There is an 80% chance. So this is important. Why is that? For you to stop losing money, everybody. Okay? The traders that have a lot of experience, when the market breaks your trade for the third time, and what is the rule of this trick? On the other side. So you went long, you lost. You went short and you lost again. And you went long for the second time and you lost again. There is an 80% chance that we are in a sideways channel. What is the problem? What is the challenge that we all have? You are not going to see this on the smaller time frame. Right? You are not going to see this because look in here. This was the low. And then we had a lower low, and after a lower low we had a higher high. So this was the signal that we are sideways. but you are not going, I mean, you can, but it's very challenging to see this, to spot this on the 1 hour chart or 2 hour chart. Okay, so, and this is where, you know, we are teaching you and some of you simply won't listen, you know, but it's okay. As always we say, you can accept what we are teaching you and you can reject what we are teaching you, you know, and this is why we are teaching you before you enter from the 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour time frame. Confirm with your confirmation time frame. So if you are entering from the 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour chart, before you enter, check the daily chart. It's very difficult to spot the sideways movement on the 1 hour chart, everybody. But if you would obey the rules that we are teaching you, you would most likely spot the sideways channel. Okay? So this pair, it's not the easiest one to trade for the beginner trader. And yes, we are sideways on the daily chart. Okay? Did you learn anything today, everybody? Did you learn anything today? Homework. This is an ongoing homework, everybody. It never ends, it never stops. Ongoing homework. Ongoing homework. Some of you, they are teaching others. Give them the ongoing homework. Write 3 to 5 different plans for every currency pair that you are trading. Every day or every week. This is the ongoing homework, it never stops. Some of you are teaching others, everybody. If your traders are not moving, okay, are still 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, give them this homework. Every week or every day, for that matters, write 3 to 5 different plans for every currency pair that you are trading. Minimum you should have a weekly plan and you should have 3 to 5 different plans for the week for every currency pair. Yes, trading is hard work, everybody. In the beginning, especially, but it's not that different for any other profession, right? Trading in the beginning, it's difficult, it's hard work. You know, a monkey can enter into a trade. A monkey, you know, can touch the mouse and click, and he's into a trade. You know, but being consistently profitable, this is it's a totally another level, everybody. Okay, watch this lesson over and over and over again and start doing the homework. Until tomorrow, stay strong and trade with passion. This is FXPassion signing off.